I do one-on-ones. I work with people individually. I do spiritual coaching. I am what is known as a direct voice channel. So I work internationally. We just got back from Egypt where we did a lot of amazing work. How's everybody doing tonight? Good. All right. This is a much larger crowd than I expected. I thought I might have our two neighbors that I spoke to tonight and maybe one or two other people that had met me, but I didn't quite expect this many people tonight. Welcome. I'd like to ask, I'm surprised this many people came, and I'm so pleased that you're here, and I'm hoping that we will have a message that you're able to receive something that will help your life in any way. First of all, how many people know what a channel is or have any clue over what I'm going to be doing tonight? Anybody? A little bit? Okay, great. All right. Very often I get not a clue, but let's see what this is. So I'm going to kind of put this in my own simple terms. I am what is known as a direct voice channel. And what that means is I allow myself to step aside, my conscious La'a Leela personality self to step aside, and I allow my guides or whatever is in the best and highest interest of the group to come in and speak to you on whatever message they've told me they want to give or they want to give. Sometimes it will change. They'll come in and it's supposed to be about one thing, and then maybe somebody has come that they didn't think was coming, or somebody that was going to come chickened out, didn't come. And sometimes the message changes. So I kind of have learned to just work in flow. I don't have a lot of prejudgments of what's going to happen. And I don't think I've ever done a channeling where I personally haven't learned something. And I have done hundreds of channelings. So there's always something to be learned. I have been blessed with this gift. And it also can be a curse at times. It can be a little invasive to my life, but it has put us on a beautiful path. It's put my husband and I moving in flow. I do one-on-ones. I work with people individually. I do spiritual coaching, help people in whatever issues that they're having. I do a lot of one-on-one work. We travel internationally. I work online internationally. A lot of my stuff is done through Zoom, and so I work internationally. We just got back from Egypt where we did a lot of amazing work. Much of my work is actually done in service to humanity and Gaia. A lot of it is done in the quiet. Nobody knows what I'm doing. We do a lot of land work, a lot of land healing. So for depending where you are in your belief system, and everybody's belief system is different. And that's okay. We don't all have to think the same way. And that's a good thing, because boy, wouldn't that get really boring. So basically, we move about and we do whatever I'm called to do and give messages for whatever is meant to be given. I am going to step aside. First, before I step aside, let me say, most of the time, I always work with one. And one is the main voice that speaks through me. And one, some people have tried to call it the one, and they have been very clear. They do not like the word that the is a word of separation. And this is not about separating, it's about bringing together. And in one, there are all sorts of energies that I'm able to work with. It's basically, I stand there as a bridge and I hold the space that allows different energies that normally could not work together to come in and communicate and work together. So for instance, I'm trying to think of an example that wouldn't be, I've worked with angels. I've worked with Mother Mary. I've worked with different traditional religious deities that you would know, and then I've worked with those things and energies that are not of traditional religion at all. I was raised in traditional religion. I sang in my choir, I taught Sunday school, I did all the traditional religion stuff. I very much have a strong backing in that, but I also have a strong spiritual belief system that merges the two together. instead of seeing as one is right and one is wrong kind of a thing. So that's just a little bit about me. But one is a space that allows everything to come together and work together as one. And the voice that comes through as a choir, and they speak. It's as if I was sitting in this room and all of you were giving me the same message at the same time, and it would come out in one voice. But sometimes within a channeling, if the message is a big message, another energy will come up and sing a solo, so to speak. This is the best way I can describe it, because I sang in choir. This is what works for me. One of the energies that comes through a lot is Caitlin. Caitlin is an energy of a 5-year-old girl, and she can take massive, complex questions or information and really muddle it down to the simplicity like only a child can do. And so whatever information is meant to come through comes through in the way that it is meant to come through, so that the vast majority of those that are here can receive that information. So my guys are already here. I've already prepped. They're here, they're waiting. They want to come in, what they're going to talk about, and then I will actually allow a Q&A. Sometimes they will ask me to step out of channel and talk to you directly, and then it's kind of like I can change chairs. It's whoever's got the microphone. But I'm also a trans-shamanic direct voice channel, and what that means is that when I am channeling, they are speaking through me, giving you information. At the same time they're doing that, I am receiving downloads, larger packets of information. So they may say, the sky is blue, and I may be receiving this whole thing about why the sky is blue, what makes the sky blue, how it works, blah, 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 blah. Nothing that you care about. So I'm receiving downloads. And they are also very often transmitting energy and frequencies through me. Always, like, I will say always, because up to this point I've never not experienced, but they're always transmitting massive amounts of love. Because the way I've come to understand it, there are 2 basic emotions in this world. There's love and fear. One brings us together, one separates us, whether it's from each other or from ourselves. And so they transmit a lot of energy through me. And so those 3 things are always happening. There are sometimes healings that are happening. There are different things that are happening. So I just, you may feel it if you're sensitive. You may not if you're not. It doesn't matter. Everybody's got their own level of where they're at, and they're here for us no matter where we are in our path, in our journey, in this lifetime. So does anybody have any questions before I start of me? Welcome. This one is feeling has come in. It brings her much excitement. We are so very, very glad to see you today. Much excitement has been building. For this one has been silly. She thought there would only be maybe 2 or 3 people that would show. We knew better than her. For if she knows, sometimes she gets a little nervous. So we are glad that you are here today. We will say that our intentions originally